the season. So we're halfway through. This is the last one here on offense. Next week, we're going to start doing defense as well. Edge rush, we're going to start talking about this week. This is the last of the big guys. So who are the top 10 centers in the NFL? Who are the guys who are the top 10 as far as players? This is the leader of the line, right? So you look at last week, you look at guards, that's icing on the cake. Tackle is so important, the quarterback's blind side. This is the leader. This is the guy getting the calls. This is the guy getting everybody all together. So very important on lines. I think center is very overlooked. I think some teams think they have a good line. I don't know any really, really good lines in the history of the league without a really good center. That almost doesn't exist. If that's your weakness, you got a problem. Almost even more than tackle sometimes. I think I'm even going that far. I've seen it. But these are the 10 best in the league. And just start off, no Frank Ragnow. Obviously, he retired. He would have been in the top 10 as well. So let's get that out the way as well. Cam Jurgens. So definitely big shoes to fill in Philadelphia, not getting Travis Kelce. Not with Travis Kelce going ahead and retiring, so we had big shoes to fill there. So Cam Jurgens, I think, is the guy in Philadelphia. I think he's top 10. I think he's definitely like a lot of the Eagle linemen as well. He is a better run defender, run blocker than he is a pass one. So again, and he's got great players around him, but he was very, very good. So definitely you got to feel good about getting him as well. So definitely I think fits right in. Definitely big shoes to fill. I think he's definitely bona fide in the top 10. I think he's a solid addition as well. Still cheap on that cheap contract. Still going to get a big contract eventually. So Jurgens, I like him. I like the entire Eagles line. Number 10, Aaron Brewer for the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins line I don't like much. They did have Armstead retire as well last year, so I think that was their best lineman. I think this now is their best lineman when you talk about Aaron Brewer. Aaron Brewer has he's like looks bigger to me than what his size always says. Small, quick body, but like he looks a lot bigger, a lot more solid than you know when I actually see him. So, but Brewer, I think has been the probably bright spot on the offensive line. Have to keep Tua protected. I got Brewer at 9. I think clearly the best lineman on the Dolphins. Conor McGovern, not Conor McGregor, Conor McGovern for the Buffalo Bills. Bills are another team with an ascending line. McGovern, I think, here's a guy that's really pro football grade, was 69 last year. I think that was a little underrated. Again, better run blocker than pass blocker. I think you see that a lot on this list. That's why they're a little bit lower. But McGovern, I think, was a great leader on the Bills offense. That's a bit unconventional because you have the Josh Allen factor as well. Pretty nasty, plays very well as well. Big guy, 318. You could easily put him at guard. He'd be even more effective as well. So I think McGovern definitely now, maybe somebody would argue with this, but I think I'm very comfortable going ahead and putting him in the top 10. I'm going to say his name right. Eli Fowler for the Arizona Cardinals, and he was fantastic last year. I think Arizona's line as a whole is much better than what we think it is. I think they kind of don't get credit for having a decent enough line. I think you look at what they've done the last couple of years with James Conor playing well, et cetera. I think like they're much better than what they credit for as well. So he's 310 pounds, 28 years old. This is a better, I think. Excuse me. This guy's a better run blocker as well than a pass blocker. Not love him in the pass blocking game, but again, kind of same deal. Kyler Murray is there, et cetera. I think this guy has a good upside. I think like you can see him much higher on the rankings as we go forward. But Foley, I think it has been fantastic on I think an underrated Cardinals line. Yes, we got Steelers here. Zack Frasier, recent draft pick. He was kind of better than everybody thought last year. They brought in a lot of young offensive players in Pittsburgh, and they're still waiting on that offensive line. They're not waiting for Zack Frasier. I think Zack Frasier was clearly the best of that. Mauler in the run game. So he played guard in college, and so now they're playing him at center, and he's really strong in the run game as well. Definitely you're going to have Najee Harris is gone, so now you got Jaylen Warren. There probably be Jaylen Warren as the lead back there, so it'll be interesting as well. But they have a history of great centers as well. I thought Frasier up and coming. A lot of these guys potential. You can move them up, down. I don't have too problems. A lot of these guys potential, but Frasier really good last year. PFF grade 76, run block grade 66. So I'm sorry, run block grade 66. Yeah, 79. So Frasier was really good last year. Lots of potential, could go up, get out. But I think of the young group there, of the guys that just kind of came around, I think definitely the best potential of all of those guys. Now here's a solid vet, Drew Dolman of now the Atlanta Falcons. Played for the Bears for so many years. Bears line again, that's another one. Of the Bears, of the Chicago Bears. Play for Atlanta, I'm sorry. So now for the Bears, and the Bears line I think is really, really good. I think Ben Johnson is there, so you absolutely feel good about that. I think that's really what he specializes in. He got an outstanding run blocker here. I think Dolman, is one of the better run blockers in the entire NFL. I think he is going to make a big difference there as well. I think he just got priced out of Atlanta. I don't think there was anything wrong there. Blocking for Bijan Robinson. Very good making the line calls, I think, too. Very cerebral when I actually see him. So Dolman, I have him at number 5. A guy who didn't play at all last year, pretty much, Eric McCoy. This is just kind of based on the years he's put in. I know New Orleans isn't very good. I know, but I think McCoy is kind of going to return to form as well. Very good PFF grade, outstanding run blocker, no question about it. A little small, and it's even astounding because he's barely 300 pounds, and he's such a really good run blocker, decent pass blocker as well. He's going to have his work cut out for him in New Orleans because I don't think the Saints are very good. But it'll be interesting to see that. But some people might say, well, because he missed so much time there, I was putting that high. I like him there. I think McCoy is definitely there as well. Ryan Kelly for now. You see him there in the Colts gear. Now he's going to be for the Minnesota Vikings. Again, young quarterback. He's blocking for as if he didn't as well. Kelly, I think, is fantastic. I think this is a good, solid, I think serviceable. I don't even want to say – it almost would sound insulting if I say serviceable, but that's kind of what I get the vibe with him. Better than serviceable, just real solid, not real dominant in one area with the run or the pass blocking. I think he's about even. I think that's why he's a little bit higher. Just a good pass blocker, I think. So I think going to Minnesota – interesting to see how that offense looks as well. Taking a teammate with him, that always helps as well. Tyler Linderbaum, it could only be a matter of time before Tyler Linderbaum is the best center, I think, in the entire NFL. Linderbaum, I think, look, you see a lot of guys, and you don't see it a lot in the John Harbaugh era, where guys come right away and play well, where they'll come right away and they play well. There's 2 guys that came right in, started, C.J. Mosley and Tyler Linderbaum. From minute 1, second one, oh yeah, there's no doubt. Tyler Linderbaum is a complete lineman. His run stats are always better than his pass stats. When I see him, I think he's a good pass blocker. I think it's more the Ravens offense. You could put him in any offense, and I think he'll do very well. So Linderbaum, I think, is 2. But number 1 is for the Chefs, Creed Humphrey. Humphrey, I think, is a complete package at center. I think he going now. There's no Joe Tooney on there in Kansas City, so that's going to be a thing. So he's going to get more attention, I think, as well. Be a little harder for him because I don't think the line overall will be as good. But the best, every metric you could think of, win rate, pass block grade, PFF grade, everything is a number one. Creed Humphrey, best offensive lineman, center rather, in the NFL. There you go. So there you go. Top 10 centers in the NFL. So thank you for that as well. Tyler Linderbaum may get there. But I do think Creed Humphrey is still the best one. Still the best one by a pretty good margin, too. Creed Humphrey's really, 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 really good as well. Really helped the Chiefs in the offensive line. But Linderbaum, I think, maybe gets there at some point, becoming the best center in the NFL. If he never does, it'll be because of Creed Humphrey, who's still pretty young at 26 years old. All right. So we got a lot of sports media to talk about before we get to baseball. We're going to get to